All right, my name is Greg McManus. I am going to go over a Leave It to Chance video of mine. So basically, I have these videos where everything is random, but I end up with a game, an aspect of a game, and a single audio source that I record and then manipulate and only use that audio source to recreate the aspect from the game that I was randomly given. So I've been requested a few times by a few people to explain how I do these things. So that's what I'm here to do. This one, I'm going to go over my week 3, Leave It to Chance, where I was given God of War. I had to pick a spell effect or an ability from God of War, and then I had to record and only use sounds that I could create using a clay container. With that in mind, let's check out what I came up with really quick, just so you can hear it. If you haven't seen the actual other video, my actual Leave It to Chance video, I recommend that you go check that out. But anyway, otherwise you'll hear it right here, right now. Awesome. So I'm not going to take forever to go over this. I'm going to go over like a few key layers, and then that's going to be it. So the big things are going to be probably this ice crushing sounds right here. I mean, you can definitely tell that it's potentially probably clay or something rockish, whatever, right? So not a huge transformation here, but all I'm doing to these 2 layers here each is I'm stretching them, but I'm not preserving their pitch, so they get pitched down in the process. And then I am just tossing on a transient master right there, and you can see I'm fading out to almost kind of make it like an impact. Same on this one, kind of fading it out in that manner, but then this one I'm pitching down even more than what the stretching gave it, so down 1 octave. That top one is not pitched down outside of the stretch. Then this bottom impact right here, that one is being pitched down along with a trash distortion on it. So 2 octaves down, tube drainer preset from Isotope Trash, and it's on full wet, and that's it. I didn't change anything else to it. And then overall on the entire thing, I'm doing some EQ there. Pretty simple EQ, another trash with full wet, and then I'm pitching everything down together 6 semitones. So there we go. So that's that section, and then you compare it with the like sub hits, which I'm not going to go into, but you compare them together. And a little bit of a timing issue on that first hit, but I was doing this all in a very quick rush. I unofficially give myself a timeline of like 2 hours to do these, so that way I don't spend the entire day doing them. We can move on. We can come down here to the Ice Shatter next, right here. So this is more like the top end of like Ice Shatters and everything like that. And these, I'm not really doing a whole lot of manipulating to them, especially these first 3 layers here. Right? Like, that's normal. That's normal. That's normal. Basically, these sounds came from me putting dice inside of the container and then shaking it. So, yeah. And then the effects I'm doing on the entire group is just a reverb and some EQ. Once again, pretty basic EQ. And then these layers down here is just that. I think this one is just EQ. And then I'm doing a little bit of pitching. I'm formant shifting them up 24 semitones. And then that's all together. But then even if I turn these off without the formant shifting, there you go. So really nothing too crazy going on down there. Just some slight, manipulation, and you get that. I suppose probably the thing that most people are interested in is how do I create the whooshes from something that is definitely not anything close to being a whoosh. And the secret lies within one plugin. And that plugin would be called Paul X Stretch. It is a free plugin. I recommend you go download it. It's amazing. I don't actually exactly know what it is. I imagine that it's a spectral blur plugin, but I could be wrong there. And I'm not going to go into what I did for each sound effects, and I'm not going into them just because I just drop in one of the WAV files and go at it. I just have fun with the plugin. I kind of have an idea of what I want the sounds to sound like, but other than that, I just tweak until it sounds good to me. But I will explain some of the main ones that I use. So some of the main, parameters that I end up tweaking are going to be the FFT size, pitch shifting, frequency spread, tonal versus noise, the stretch amount, frequency shift, and then the tonal versus noise preserve. And then also down here, one that's not up here is going to be the ratios. You just turn it on, and then right here, ratio mixer. And then I start tweaking these, and these, I don't exactly know what's happening to it, but definitely different pitch levels of them. And that's what these are doing down there. And then these are just volume gains on those. So I just, start moving those up and down to see what combination sounds good. And then I record them out. And yeah, there's that. But what those create are going to be things like here. Right? So these whooshes right here. So there's that. Yeah, those are those whooshes. And I mean, really, there's not much else happening to them. Some reverb, EQ. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I do have a sculptor on it. That's just getting blasted with everything at like full max. And I wanted to add fullness. So if I play this without this, you'll probably hear what it's doing. Right, so it's not as thick. It's a little bit more shiny, things like that. I wanted to kind of get rid of some of that and boost the thickness of it. And so, yeah, that's what that's doing. Adding fullness was the preset in there. So, yeah. But let's see. Other whooshes right here. There we go. So those are those whooshes. I basically have two beefy ones at the very beginning. And then I have some cooler sounding ones here on the tail end. Oh, I'm going to go over the tail ones because I like them and they're kind of cool. So all that's happening here is in the original, on the tail end of everything, after Kratos pulls the axe back out of the ground, there's kind of like a howling and a whistling wind sound, and I wanted to recreate those. I thought they were cool, added nice little touches to it. So all I did, I just have a EQ on this top one, and I'm just automating this band right there. And then you get that little howl, right? Then the second one right here, I am doing something relatively similar, but I'm doing more of like a whistle, like a reedy whistle. And I'm not doing any frequency, like I'm not changing the frequency of the band. All I'm doing is doing a gain up and down, and it's very sporadic. You can see the automation line right there, but you can also see what it looks like here. There you go. That's that. That's all. Those are pretty much all of the important layers in how I went about creating them and manipulating them, turning a clay container into Ivaldi's is something. I can't remember the name of it in the game, but Ivaldi's something another. But yeah, here it is again in all its glory. There you go. That is how I recreated this scene with nothing but a clay container. I hope you enjoyed it. Just remember, I used Pollock Stretch for the big whooshes. That's the biggest thing. Let me know if you would like to see another one of these. I would gladly do my Last of Us one. And please go check out the actual Leave It to Chance videos of mine. That would be awesome. I appreciate it. And yeah, just let me know if you want to see more of these. Otherwise, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Later.